Hey everybody, Rory from ANSgear here. We're going to walk you through an install of some soft paddles from Lapco. Depending on what kind of paint you're shooting or where you're shooting your gun or if it's hot or cold, elevation, all those things can have a factor on how the Cyclone feeds physically push paint into your gun. One of the easy ways to eliminate or help reduce the possibility of breaking or chopping paint is to switch out the original paddles with either some softer or harder paddles. So Lapco gives you two options here. They give you their basic set right here, which is their medium hardness paddle. It comes with the set, the washer, and the spacer. And then their deluxe set over here comes with their three different versions. It comes with their hard version, their medium version, which is the same one that comes in the single set, and then their very, very soft paddle for, I guess, if you're shooting very fragile paint and needed to push the least amount on the paint and be as soft in it as possible, you'd want to use that one. So you got two different options on what you want to do. The install with these is very, very simple, very straightforward. What I like to do when doing a paddle install, we'll move these out of the way. And we're just going to focus on these ones right here so they're easy to see, is I like to remove the Cyclone feed all the way off the gun. It does make it easier to handle. You're not trying to fight the gun or the weight of the gun to do an install, and it's easier to move around. So what I've done here is I've removed this banjo fitting, this T-fitting right here, well, not actually a T-fitting, just a banjo fitting, from the gun. And then on the opposite side here, this screw, if you back this one out, pull it all the way off, that will release the Cyclone feed off of the gun. It's not hard to take it off, so those couple seconds to remove this off will definitely make it easier to work with the Cyclone feed than having to work with it on the gun itself. So you can see down inside of here that we've got our paddles down in there, and we've got one screw at the top right here. When we go to do the install, there is a particular pattern that you want to work with, and there is an instruction manual in here, so it tells you how to put it in there. But the first thing that's going to go in at the bottom is going to be our washer, and then the thinner paddle. You can see one's thicker, one's thinner. The thinner paddle goes at the bottom, so that will go down, sit on there. Our spacer is going to go in the middle, and the way the holes are set up there, there's only one direction or one way you can put it on. Although they tell you which direction to put it on. So they want, you can see that there's three little holes on here besides all the other holes. They want those facing down. So we'll go ahead and put that in the right spot, spacer, and then we line up our top paddles on top of that. So they're going to drop into place. Whoops, popped it off of there. Like that. So that's what our paddles are going to look like. See if I can lift them up here, like so. And then this would go at the bottom, like that. So it's going to drop in like this, but you're not going to be able to put it in like this. You're going to have to put in each individual piece as it goes inside of there. Excuse me. So let's start here. We're going to unscrew the top. And take that out. And take our screw out. And hold on to this washer that sits on top of there. Then we can grab in and we can pull out our paddles. Now these all came out together. As you can see, they do break down into two separate sections. Their spacer right there is actually part of their upper section. So we'll set those over to the side, and we'll go ahead and drop this in. Now with our hole here, you can see one side is flat of the hole, so we want to make sure that that drops in first. Everything lines up, so that's washer goes down in there. Take our bottom paddle, push it down, make sure it goes all the way down to the bottom. Take our spacer, line it up, push it all the way down in there. Take our top piece, push it all the way down in. And then I do recommend using the washer that they had on there. You could probably get away without it, but you don't want the head of the screw to get lost inside there and not put the pressure on the top of the paddle that it needs to. So use the washer. It's a good choice. And we'll go ahead and tighten that all the way down in there. Make sure it's nice and snug in there. And you can see our paddles are inside. Go ahead and rotate, make sure they're working as they should. And you can see how squashy they are. Very flexible. Gonna be nice and easy on paint, so you can shoot super brittle paint and not worry about it getting all chopped up inside of there. After we're certain that everything is back together as it should be, take our Cyclone feed, line up everything on there. Here we go. Line it up. Put our screw back through. Tighten that down. And then our last step would be to install this back on there, flathead screwdriver. I'm just going to finger tight it in there right now, just so it doesn't flop around. And we're ready to go. So easy off, easy on, squishy paddles. They're really, really a good upgrade to your gun if you end up breaking a lot of paint or you want to try to shoot brittle paint. Definitely recommend getting some paddles, some soft paddles. It'll help out your gun, keep you from breaking paint all the time. So check them out. These are the soft paddles from Lapco. You've got two different versions, one with all of them, and then ones with just, oops, they're over here. That's the ones we want. These are the originals. The one set with just the middle grade, and then one set with all of their different levels. It's available through the website. Order yours now through ANSgear.com.